guys, Bull Tactical here, and I'm going to now present my build video for my custom-made Rival Apollo pump action kit. Now, as you can see, I've got a whack of stuff out here all set up, and I'll tell you what all is here, and also write all the parts in the description, and I'll just give you a quick step-by-step of doing it. Now, the first step I started with when I built it is I grabbed a length of 1.5 inch ABS black sewer pipe. The length I cut from my original kit was about 10.5 inches long. So onto that, you use ABS cement for it. And you can go with either a piece of 2-inch, like I did in my original. But the only problem with that is it leaves a bit of an unsightly gap in it. But you can cut these little wings a little bit longer so that it will overhang the orange tip of the blaster a little bit better. But just kind of a personal choice. I did some measurements, and an 1.5 inch coupler will work just fine. Just it'll show a little bit more of the orange is all. So anyone who's never used ABS solvent before, you always put a little bit of solvent on each piece that you're going to put together. And you have just a few seconds to put it together. And it will harden literally within seconds. And if you don't mind, your finger get a little messy, just give it a little wipe. Makes it look presentable. Now, if I was to try to pull it apart now, it'd be fully set. So that's the first step I done, was get the pipe ready. Now, the second step I did was I prepared the pump handle, the slider. Now, the beauty is if you use 2-inch of the ABS, 2-inch ABS pipe, it will slide just nicely over 1.5 inch pipe, and it has a little gap. That little space is okay because you don't want it so tight you're going to, create extra resistance. So that's just a nice size gap, and by the time you get the brackets on anyways, you won't even notice that difference. So to make the pump grip, I took 2 of the 2-inch ABS couplers, and I cut 3 smaller rings of ABS, just basically to fill it all in. You'll want to cut 2 of them narrower because you're going to want them to just come in flush with the end here, and then 1 wider so you can attach the 2 pieces together. So I like to get all the gluing out of the way first because that's just, I don't know, it's the messy part of the job. Might as well get it over with. And the stuff stinks to high heavens too, so you just do the same thing on this as you did on the other pipe. Just a little thin skimming of it. Slide her together for the glue sets. And just wipe the excess off. And beauty of ABS solvent, it dries in no time, so you can go right on to gluing the next piece literally within seconds. I've used this stuff so much in my life. If the piece happens to stick on a little bit when it's done, that's okay. You just have to account for the longer end, I guess, because you want it to set more flusher when it goes closer to the blaster. So. And now the center. Same deal here. Thin skim of glue, thin skim of glue. Now with the center one, you're going to want to glue about half of the piece first and get it about halfway on. Then glue the other part of the coupler. And glue him all up. And just get that little wipe off and let that set. And there's a slider handle right there. Altogether, I priced all the ABS. Well, I bought all the ABS at my local hardware store. The 1.5 inch goes for about $1 a foot. I think the 2 inch, roughly the same, about $1 a foot. The 2 inch couplers are maybe $1.50 to $2, and an 1.5 inch coupler is $1 something too. So fairly cheap parts to find. Luckily, any like flared plastic inside that can be trimmed with a knife or even a screwdriver, it trims off fairly easily. Cutting it, you can use a hacksaw, chop saw, a Dremel should cut through it. I don't have a Dremel yet, but I will. But I got this little fancy cutter anyways that I use on it. So that's the first part of it there.